Kenya is a border country in East Africa that lies on the equator. It has a population of about 42 million people. In 2009, approximately 76,000 women 15 years of age and up were living with either HIV or AIDS. The number grows each day. As the majority of women get raped, they are transmitted HIV/AIDS. The mother then transmits the disease to her child when pregnant. Around 1,500,000 people in 2009 were living with HIV in Kenya. Men and women in Kenya are not aware of all the consequences that surface when diagnosed with HIV or AIDS. Many of the men and women in Kenya are not aware of the consequences of transmitting HIV and AIDS. They are also not aware of the ways to prevent the disease. That is why UN Women are traveling around Kenya making citizens aware. Women and children are forced to feed on dirty water and poor food. Only 59% of Kenya's citizens have improved water sources. Many people are still drinking dirty, contaminated water, causing them to get sick.
The story of 2-year-old Farhia Mohammed is an all too familiar scenario in the remote Wajir district of northern Kenya. When the child fell ill, there was little her parents could do but keep her at home. Then her condition worsened, and finally young Farhia faded away.
We are poor. If we had the resources, our child died. We would have sought treatment for her. The nearest hospital is in Wajir, and we have no means of getting there. Neither can we carry a sick child all the way.
Quickly, the villagers prepared a grave. After a final prayer, they lowered the little body into it. There was no ceremony or prolonged mourning. With most children in the Wajir district dying before their 5th birthdays, this is a community grown numb to death.
Socially, women are not seen to be highly ranked. 57% of women have abusive husbands. There are many cases of women getting pregnant due to rape and then having no husband to back them up.
Malnutrition rates in Wajir are 3 times higher than normal.
Children are dying because of malnutrition-related conditions. The situation is getting worse day by day. We are preventing as much as we can to get out of hand.
The local hospital is full of sick children. The scenes on the wards all too familiar. Children teetering on the brink, their mothers helpless.
For example, Lucy, a mother living in the center of Kenya, struggles every day to feed herself and children. In her home city of Meru, it has not rained in over 2 years. There are no animals, no water, and hardly any crops around to live off of. Her husband left her when their son Daniel, now 7, was born with cerebral palsy. In this culture, a woman can be seen as cursed if she has a child with a disability. Lucy also takes in a young girl with cerebral palsy after she was found abandoned in the woods. Now Lucy is raising 2 children diagnosed with cerebral palsy. She is a single mother with no money and very little food. She is also shunned by society, especially men, due to the fact that her children have a disability.
I think there are some kids there.
Over the road there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's walk over.
Henry Kangete has no trouble finding homeless kids. As a teenager, he spent 7 years sleeping on the streets.
This is where you used to come, Henry?
Yeah.
What would you do here?
I was coming here to beg for money sometimes.
Most are barely in their teens, just as Henry Kangete was when he started life on the streets. They have no families, no shelter, and no comfort but sniffing glue.
There are so many individuals living in agony in Kenya. There are families, mothers, and children all struggling to live through the conditions that they have in Kenya.